Center Pete Souza with the Hall of Famer Adam Johnson. Adam, this is going to be a closely contended match tonight. We could be in for a long night.
Well, that's what I've heard. 4 or 5 games is what I'm hearing right now. That's great volleyball. We're excited about it.
Yeah, and somebody to get excited about on the right side is Sahara Maruska. 22 kills last night, to put him into the second round.
Yeah, Sahara Maruska leading the Rice Owls last night against Colorado. Solid outside hitter. She's going to have another solid performance tonight against this Baylor defense.
Yeah, speaking of solid, you look at Baylor on the other side, Elise McGee, the 6'4" sophomore. They call her the unit for a reason.
The unit for a reason. Leading Baylor last night. We have 2 leaders on the outside tonight, leading them against FSA. Another solid night for the unit. Another solid night for Baylor.
Yeah, and another solid night to watch the NCAA tournament on ESPN+. Baylor and Rice. This is it. Stakes are high. The opportunity to get to the Sweet 16. You win or you go home. Rice advancing to the second round for the first time since 2007. Gabby Mansfield set to get us underway. Well, that didn't take very long. Kara McGee with the kill.
Yeah, right off the bat, going to the middle. That's great for the Baylor Bears. Establish the middle. That opens up the outsides.
Lauren Brasinho. Unforced error. Tied at 1.
Can't miss those serves too early in the match.
And there is Nia McCardle. Just a phenomenal night last night. 22 digs.
Ooh, what a great dig.
Brasinho. And it looks like Chet was too close for comfort. So McCardle, we mentioned 22 digs last night, the 5'7" junior. And there's a look at Jenny Volpe in her 19th year at Rice, rather. 376, 199. Talking to her a few days ago, Adam, she just seemed confident. She seems like she feels very good about this team.
Well, when you have a season like she's had so far, you can kind of feel that confidence.
And when you have a player like Anuta Adekunle, you got to feel good too.
That doesn't hurt to have a person like her in the middle, just hitting over blocks left and right.
3-point advantage or 3-2 advantage for Rice. Carlson sets. No problem there. Talbert finishes.
Talbert with 3 kills early in the game, and it looks like to me Baylor is really establishing the middle. That really is going to free up the outsides, a one-on-one or maybe a one-on-none block.
McCardle sets. Maruska returns. McGee too long. That was Elise McGee. And there is Coach Ryan McGuire, 8th season at Baylor. 178 and 62. 7 straight NCAA tournament appearances. Trying to ride another one into the Sweet 16.
7's a lucky number.
All right, so Adam, I got to ask you early on, we've seen a couple, I think 3 unforced errors, service errors. What do you make of that? Jitters?
I say, jitters. It's always that pregame, and now the scoring that it's point for point, it doesn't count as much as it used to, like when it was inside out when I was playing.
Wow. I mean, you look at that no-look work by Carly Graham.
Yeah, that's a great, awareness for Carly Graham in the setting position right there. Caught Baylor off guard. They weren't even aware she was front row.
The dig by Maruska. Courtney too long.
Good opportunity right there for Rice to sneak one away, but Portley just hitting just long on the end line.
And there's everything freshman, Avery Carlson, all Big 12 freshman of the year. Graham sets, too strong. Baylor now up 6-5.
And back-to-back errors, hitting errors for Rice.
Graham sets. Portley finishes.
I don't know how she got it past that Baylor block right there, but boy, she slid that one right in between the block. Great dig there to keep the rally alive.
Maruska tries to find the space. Graham with the dig. McCardle sets. Bickelmeyer tries to finish, but is turned away at the net.
And you see McGee and Harrison get up here, just getting up and over the block and down, and those are the best kind when the ball hits the ground before the hitter does.
DeCosta with the serve, Maruska with the dig. Portley, off a Baylor player. We are tied at 7. Back and forth we go.
That all started, that whole play started right there with Maruska with a diving pass. I'd give that a dime. That was a 3 pass for sure.
So Danielle Courtley from Katy, Texas. Service. Heads up play by Bickelmeyer.
Smart play by Bickelmeyer on the right side there, just using the block of Harrison. Point Rice.
Bickelmeyer again.
Are we going to see our first challenge right here, maybe? No. That was a close call down the line. Bickelmeyer, yeah, Bickelmeyer with a nice turn down the line and just catching that line.
Got a whistle.
So,
Point Rice.
Yeah, rare unforced error there by Carlson. She might be a freshman, but there's some nerves in there for sure.
Harrison. That ball just explodes off of her right arm.
Harrison really elevating on the outside there. You can just see that in her facial expression. Hitting that thing down right in between the block of Rice for a point.
Now, you know, you're an 80s and 90s guy. I know you're probably a Lakers fan.
Always.
But her dad, Buck Williams, was a standout for the Portland, or her uncle, I should say. Buck Williams was a standout for the Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
He gave some of your Lakers team fits.
A lot of people have.
Maruska giving Baylor fits.
Yeah, Maruska starting to heat up a little bit on the outside for Rice. Free ball coming over for Rice. Should be a point. Not yet.
Carlson with the dig. A Deckenley. Besenia with the dig this time for Baylor. Because with their backs against the wall, they continue to play, but too much to withstand there. Bickelmeyer again. What have you seen from her so far?
Bickelmeyer, she's been pretty solid on the right side. I think she's got 3 or 4 kills already the first row, trip through the front row.
Baylor able to stop the bleeding. Wow. Maruska, she is on fire once again tonight.
Well, and Rice with not a great pass, so you know it's going outside, and Mariska getting ready on the outside here for this one. Just goes high, hard, over the block, and just out of the reach of Baylor in back row.
We saw the setter Carly Graham setting the table. 49 assists last night in their victory over Colorado. Harrison, another kill. 13-9, rather 13-10 off the point. Graham sets again. Maruska tries to deliver again, but Persenio digs it out.
And she's pretty confident about that one right there.
A 5'8" junior from Houston, Texas, Sahara Maruska. And there's Carly Graham. Talbert answers for Baylor. The Texas A&M transfer.
Yeah, Talbert with her at least 4th kill that I'm counting right now. Right out of the middle. Solid. Keep that middle. Always go to the well. You go to the well until it's dry.
Talking to you earlier, you like seeing the middle.
I love the middle. It opens the game up a ton, and if we can get some better passing in the sport and in system and all that, makes it a lot better.
Nice volley. As McGee faces some resistance at the net. Courtney, a laser beam, and another point for Rice. Well, we've got our first time out on the floor, and Rice, in convincing fashion, leading Baylor so far, 15-11. More tournament play coming up after the break. So Rice, thanks to strong play from people like Danielle Courtley, leading 15-11. Last matchup between these two teams was October 12th. Baylor won that convincingly, 3-0. Looks like we've got a different situation on our hands tonight, at least early we do. A Decanlay serves.
Tough serve right there.
Carlson sets, and McGee finishes. Elise McGee. Part of the sister act. Did you see both of them right there?
Sister act. The younger one getting the kill on the outside.
First kill for Elise tonight. Another close call.
That was a close one.
We're seeing heady play so far by this Rice team.
They seem to be all over the court, making sure balls are out, making sure they're in.
Graham floats it over the net. Carlson will set again. And McGee, once again, Elise McGee powers another point home.
Elise McGee, this time on the right side, just powering that one, like you said, down the line and in between the block of Rice for a point.
Graham sets. Heady played by Courtney, dropping it over the net, but Baylor is there to dig it out. Bickelmeyer blasts that one home. 5th kill of the evening for her.
Well, you think that one of the players is going to have a big night, and it turns out another one's having a bigger night and so far, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, between the two of them, Maruska and Bickelmeyer, 8 kills.
Baylor, unfortunately, in the net to Karen McGee right there. Looks like she kind of stumbled a little bit as she was coming down on that one.
18-13, Rice leads. And Baylor will take a timeout. So Coach Ryan McGuire wants to stop play. His team's down 5 early in the first set. What's the thinking behind this stoppage?
He's just trying to, get these guys going. Take a deep breath right now and start playing our game. It looks like Rice is serving tough. Baylor's not passing as well as they have. That'll get them into a sticky situation real fast.
As a coach, what do you tell a player that you think maybe is wound a little tight?
And I think each coach is different. I would just tell them to, hey, just relax. I know this is a big game and all that kind of stuff, but we've seen you play loose before. Just remember what it felt like to do that and just go out there and do it. And it's 1 point at a time.
Yeah, well, right now they trail by 5 points. And so far, so good for Rice. Again, thanks a lot to Ellie Bickelmeyer. 5 kills, and you look at Maruska, she's got 3 kills. That combination has been lethal so far.
Well, and I really like the play of Bickelmeyer. She's hitting from the outside and from the right side and putting the balls down at will. She's having a great night so far.
Second team All-Conference USA. Comes into tonight with prolific stats on the court and a 3.5 GPA off it. .253 kills on the regular season. 288 kills in the regular season for Danielle Courtney, who puts it in play. Briseño diving to make the dig. Couldn't get it in time.
And that's what you want to see right after a timeout is an ace serve, that's for sure. Baylor hoping that was going to be a miss serve.
Briseño, acrobatic dig. But Rice answers again. This time it's Kostelecki.
And we haven't heard Kostelecki's name too much tonight. And here she's up getting quick in the middle. Up and over on that block, down for a point.
Kostelecki second on the team in blocks. Very familiar with playing around the net. Coach Volpe has to like what she sees, and so do the fans here.
Well, anytime you can come into, somebody else's home, if you will, or house, and start putting some pressure on them, that's a great feeling. And I remember doing that all the time, and it was just a wonderful feeling.
When you can play on the road, right, and you kind of have the other team on their heels, especially when it's a team that's favored.
Well, yeah, and for Baylor, I mean, they're playing at home, in front of their crowd, and anytime, that adds a little bit of pressure to them. So they just need to, Baylor right now just needs to calm down, play the game. Rice has come out strong. Long night. Yeah,
it is a long night, yeah. And right now, Baylor is ahead at 20-13. Coach Ryan McGuire, last time to the Final Four was 2019. He's got the makings of a unit that could go there again this year.
He's got a very young team, which is awesome to be able to come to get into the dance with a young team like this and hopefully continue to go forward. That's only a positive in the future.
Live from the Farrell Center, Pete Souza alongside the Hall of Famer Adam Johnson. Second round action of the NCAA tournament. Baylor and Rice trying to punch a ticket to the Sweet 16. Rice with the advantage in the football score, 20-13. Acosta. Harrison, almost a no-doubter. Great dig.
Great dig in the back row.
Alley check, and the dig is made by Courtley. Maresca again, 4th kill.
Maresca taking a lot off that one, and she was about 10 feet off the net. Just a nice little roll shot right over the block of Baylor.
22 kills last night. I mentioned 4 tonight. Check, try to drop it over the net. And Baylor catches the break they needed.
Yeah, Czech is kind of struggling in this first set. Only 1 kill. She's not, her hitting percentage is a minus a .333, which if it were a plus .33, we'd be talking a different story.
Briseño, who just earned a scholarship over the weekend, puts it in play. Carlson sets for Czech. Rice gets the point. Czech floating through the air. Tried to pinpoint place, it couldn't.
And she tried to get that right off Maresca on the outside, and Maresca just pulled her hands away right at the last second.
Carlson for Harrison. Maresca is denied at the net by Ali Czech and Talbert.
That's got to get Czech going a little bit here on the outside. She gets up and penetrates over and straight down against Maresca. If she's not hitting, she can do some serious damage up there blocking.
Graham, who's got 9 assists, looking for her 10th. Briseño digs it out. Bickelmeyer cocks the hammer.
Love the name Bickelmeyer. I've never heard that before, but boy, it's fun to say each and every time she puts the ball away.
Yeah, there's some authority with Bickelmeyer. And if you're Baylor, you don't want to get Bickelmeyered anymore.
No.
You're all set. Darby Harris sets sail. Deckenley denies Harrison. Graham for a Deckenley. That couldn't have looked any better.
A Deckenley getting up nice and high, right over the block in the middle and down on Baylor's side for a point.
So Rice is on the brink. That's exactly what the Bears needed from Riley Simpson.
Riley Simpson coming off the bench, doing some damage. Just a freshman. Those freshmen, you never know where they're coming from.
Baylor has 3 freshmen in the top 25, or of the top 25 recruiting class. And Rice takes the first set. The set was from Graham and the finish was from a Deckenley. We'll be back with the second set in the second round of the NCAA tournament from Waco, Texas. Farrell Center. And the Rice Band able to play a sweet tune so far tonight. After their team takes the first set at the Farrell Center in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Rice started the season winning 15 of their first 16. And then they ended up winning the Conference USA Championship, got the automatic bid. And this is a program, Adam, that they've made it to 5 straight NCAA tournaments. 3 schools in Texas have done that. Texas and Baylor. And then you throw Rice in the mix, and there's the steward, Coach Jenny Volpe in her 19th year.
She doesn't look satisfied yet.
I saw her in the media room. She was watching film, just crushing work. I mean, moments before the game.
Hey, every little bit counts. You never know what you're going to find in the last second.
Especially around tournament time, and especially with the team you played before in October.
A lot can happen. A few practices here and there. People starting to get to know each other a little bit better.
You sound like somebody with some experience in that, right?
Absolutely. Baylor's definitely going to need to turn their game around after that first one. As I would say, they got Bickelmeyered.
Sure did. 6 kills for Bickelmeyer. And the freshman sensation, Carlson, puts it into play.
And that's just a perfect way to start it out right off the bat. You got to get the energy early in this set.
Carlson, the #1 recruit in her class as a senior in high school out of Lucas, Texas. And here she is. Kara McGee over the net.
Just a little excited right there. Thought she had it. Oh, back row attack. Okay.
Back row tap it is.
Yeah.
So was that call overturned?
That call was overturned,
okay.
Yes. Graham, who is the back row setter for Rice, went up to block on that ball. Ball was over the net. And point's going to be awarded to Baylor.
And Carlson rolls on. Ricardo digs it out. Too strong for Courtly. Check that, Bickelmeyer.
Yeah, I was just about to say, did we just see an error?
Yeah, we did.
Wow, first one for Bickelmeyer right there.
.500 kill percentage for Bickelmeyer tonight. Briseño too hot to handle. Diving all over the place is Baylor trying to get it. Kostelecki put some mustard on it, and now they're on the board in the second set. 3-1 Baylor. Nia Ricardo. I mean, was that pretty or what? Floating through the air was Kara McGee, dropping it over the net.
Didn't get quite the set she wanted, had to do something and make something work, and a nice little tip over the block, down for a point.
Graham sets a deck and lay. Turned away by McGee at the net. DaCosta with the dig. And Briseño follows her act with one of her own. Harrison tried to stop the net play. Couldn't do it. Bickelmeyer again.
Bickelmeyer's got a nice, wicked little whip on the right side. Quick arm swing for a strong girl, and she just using and abusing the block, as we used to say.
Ali Check trying to get in on the act for Baylor. Briseño falls to the ground with the dig, and Rice gets the point.
Yeah, it looks like Kara McGee might have caught the net a little bit on that one, trying to force the ball over the net.
Check with the cannon.
Check feeling good, getting her second kill of the evening. That one was kind of an interesting one. Blocked on the right side. Baylor girls, going up to hit the ball and just kind of fell right in front of the Rice defenders.
Graham sets. Maruska, who's been quiet of late, trying to make some noise. Adekale scores the point for Rice, now trailing by 1.
Yeah, Adekale hitting that one on the right side, not out of the middle, but boy, she's sure getting up and putting the ball down.
We talked earlier about Bickelmeyer and Maruska sharing 8 kills. Now they share 11, but Adekale has come alive with 5 of her own. Denial at the net.
Courtly was, we have a perfect view of that one, and she penetrated over the net so far over.
Maruska with the dig. Baylor takes the lead 6-5.
That last block we saw by Courtly, that's kind of one of those blocks that can kind of change the trajectory of where the game's going. I mean, you get a block like that, everybody's going, well, how do we get it past that block now?
Too many unforced errors so far tonight for Baylor. Blocked at 6. Harrison with the moxie.
DeCosta started that one off with a great play, and Harrison on the outside just kind of almost came in a little bit early, was able to throw that ball down the line for a point though. Good hang time there.
Sky is over the rest of her teammates and the Rice Owls.
Oh, they got our camera.
Well, that's all right.
Now
nobody needs to see us anyway, so you go.
Just steal the ball. We had it for a second.
We did. Simpson, too strong.
Another, is that back-to-back service errors right there?
Sure is. "15 assists so far for Carly Graham, the 5th year, who has been all everything. Coach Volpe calls her one of the best setters in the country. She's shown us why over the past 2 nights. Courtly tried to resist at the net. No match.
That's another one of those blocks where she just gets so far over the net. Look at how far she reaches over. And again, that ball's hitting the ground before the Baylor player.
An exceptional play.
Those kind of blocks can change the game.
And to your point, a little bit of a run now for the Owls.
McGee just missing on the outside. Couldn't have been more than 6 inches.
You won't see too many freshmen with the nose for the ball like Carlson. Talbot just puts it on Graham.
Talbot's pretty solid coming on the right side here. It's a little bit of a slide play, but hitting that nice sharp angle, just catching Graham off guard.
Bickelmeyer tried to find the soft spot. Baylor bounces back. Kostelecki again.
The quiet assassin.
I was about to say, when you least expect it, there she is.
The quiet assassin. She's had a couple of good, solid kills tonight.
6'4" senior from Decatur, Texas. that was Kostelecki again at the net.
Right now, Rice is dominating the net, just getting over on that double block right there.
And as a player or a coach, that's got to be a mental thing too.
Well, I love defense, and blocking is defensive, and if you can't get the ball down on our side of the court, we're going to win. Simple as that.
And that's an emphatic way to do it, as we just saw an emphatic point by Harrison. Transfer from Georgia Tech. Wants to stay in sports, said she wants to work in an NBA front office, but still might have some stuff to do left volleyball-wise. Another point for Rice as they lead by 2 now in this second set.
Kara McGee getting a little anxious on that one. She's got to let that setter set that ball.
The senior from San Antonio has been aggressive tonight. Right there, the aggression pays off.
She might have been a little upset at herself on that last play and told her setter, Carlson, hey, set me this bomb. I'm a little upset right now. I'll put this one down.
Graham sets for a deck and leg.
Oh my goodness.
That is an alley-oop.
That is an angle right there. Out of the middle, hitting that kind of an angle.
You see a deck and leg here just exploding from the center of the floor.
And look at this angle right there, right in front of the Baylor defender right there.
Graham from Maruska, who's been quiet of late. Baylor gets the point. Exciting play close to the net. We've seen it building over the past 2 sets.
Yeah, and it came right at us there, and Decolle just hitting the antenna, as we used to call it, Mr. Antenna.
Mr. Antenna.
You don't want to mess with him. Nice dig, Brasinho.
Valerie Talbert and Ali Check making their presence known around the net.
Ali Check's been pretty quiet hitting-wise, but her blocking has been pretty good right there, pretty solid right there for Baylor. McGee helping out right there.
The run continues.
Harrison on the outside here, couldn't come at a better time. Right in between the block of Rice and down for a point. You can kind of feel the energy kind of growing on the Baylor side right now. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Thanks to a 3-0 flurry. Carlson slides to the save. Answered by Mansfield. Mansfield stays acrobatic. Graham sets for Deconley, who dunks on Baylor. Wow.
I kind of like sitting where we're sitting and seeing some of these hits right there. My goodness, a Deconley. If that didn't hit the 10-foot line, it was darn close. What an angle on that shot.
7 kills for a Deconley on the night. She has been explosive over the course of the past 5 minutes.
Nice reaction dig almost. Darby Harris in the back there.
5th. And as Baylor Bears in their 7th straight trip to the NCAA tournament, they finished 2nd in the Big 12, ranked as high as 9 throughout the course of the year. And ranked wins against Wisconsin and Rice, who they're facing again tonight. Baylor is tested, but man, they are facing a tough test right now.
And it's always hard to beat a team twice in a season, so Baylor's got to get up to the task here.
Deccan trying to ride the way to success.
Big Kenshi.
Not much DaCosta could do with that. Another point for the Owls. We are tied at 15.
Deccan almost a nice dig in the back row for Baylor, but just can't run that one down.
Too strong by Courtley. Back and forth we go. These teams trade blows. Baylor up by 1. A little bit of momentum and emotion coming off the Baylor side now. Graham sets. Once again, it is Kostelecki. 3rd kill.
Kostelecki, she's just solid. If she's not hitting, I mean, she's got to be hitting 100% maybe, 750. You know, that's, you know, when you get your 3 or 4 attempts and you get them, you put them down, that's gonna add to the stats.
Senor. Miscommunication.
That right there is a rally killer. When one of your teammates makes a great dig and it just lands right in the middle of everybody and nobody's going for it.
Tough to stomach in a game of this proportion.
That's something that shouldn't happen at this level for sure.
Carlson for McGee. Oh, drills that one down.
I've been waiting to see that one for a while. McGee on the outside, she's getting up high. Cutting off this angle, pretty sharp right there. Almost a 10-foot line from the outside. That's pretty impressive.
Sophia Keene set it up very, very high, and Rice with the easy point.
Don't know that she tried to do that, but.
18-17, Owls lead, up 1 set to nothing. (19-17) as McGee makes the error.
Yeah, crucial point, crucial timeout right here for Baylor.
What have you seen so far from Rice that you like going forward? Do you think they can carry with them?
I just like the energy, you know. Again, we talk about coming into someone else's house and bringing it, and I think that's what they're doing right now. And I'm telling you, a couple of those blocks that Corley had, those were some big time blocks, and that can really make you think twice when you're hitting against the block like that.
And it did feel like, you mentioned it earlier, that those can be turning points. And it's one thing to have one turning point, and then you got 2, and then you got 3. They've had a couple of those pronounced plays around the net.
Yeah, whether it's a couple of blocks or a couple of kills that are just amazing, if you will, you know, that can turn a game around real fast.
Yeah. Sophomore Elise McGee.
Well, on the quiet side tonight.
4 kills. Check that. Yeah, 4 kills. The sophomore and her sister, Elise and Kara McGee. Kara does not want this to be her last game, but Coach Jenny Volpe probably does. Good crowd here tonight from the Farrell Center. A lively crowd. Rice travels well. Baylor's feeling it right now. Down 2, 19-17. You mentioned she was quiet.
Yep.
Loud right there.
I think maybe she heard me. She's like, what are you talking about? Boom! High off the block on the outside she goes.
Carlson winning 4 Rookie of the Weeks over the course of the season. Big 12 Rookie of the Year. McGee again. This is exactly what Baylor needed, you would imagine. We talked about making statements, and they have over the past 2 plays.
Right there, you had the sister act on the outside. Kara in the middle and Elise on the outside, putting that ball down. Nice dig.
Briseño does the job. Swatted over the net by Kara McGee, but just out of bounds.
Big point right there. Anytime you start the first 1 to 20 in these type of games, it kind of helps the mind for.
Definitely a turning point, and Ricardo puts it in play. McGee quick with the left hand, keeps Baylor alive. Decanlay takes advantage of some sloppy Baylor play.
And Decanlay in that particular hit, she's hit everything angle away from her body. That one, she put that one down the line.
Been extremely precise this evening, and the Rice fans appreciate it. Decanlay set to play for USA Basketball this offseason. 8 kills this evening. 471 kill percentage. And don't forget, join Sam Gore, Paul Sunderland, and Jennifer Hoffman for the 5th set following the game. They'll have whip-around coverage from all 16 sites. Stay up to date with all the first and second round matches. I mean, it is going on, and it is a party, and you can stream it all now on ESPN+. You are invited to the dance.
Oh, Paul Sunderland, huh?
There you go.
Yeah. Gold medalist.
We talked earlier about the era you played in, and the stars, you know, Timmons, Karai, just Smith, unbelievable players.
All ex-partners, by the way.
All ex-partners of yours, yes.
Yeah, those are some fun times, and you know, if you think about the social media now, there was no social media when we were playing, but those names are still around.
They're still floating around.
And it's kind of interesting to see the difference between the stars of today and whatnot.
Yeah, it was a big part of pop culture. It really was. And I think you will probably have to understand that some of these girls playing here tonight were part of that, you know, are coming off that.
They probably don't even know who they are.
But it propelled the sport at it.
Oh, yes, it did.
And McGee trying to propel Baylor back into this one. 21-20. A huge point.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a huge point coming off of a timeout right there. Rice gets that, if Rice gets that point, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, we have seen the elder statesman McGee, Kara McGee, play close to the net, and that time it worked out for her.
That was a close one right there. I don't know if you can overturn those or, you know, look at them or whatever, but boy, that was a tight call. But hey, that's what the referee's job is up there.
Check, lowers the boom with the left hand. And thanks Briseño for the set.
I was going to say, you almost picked that out, but here she is on the right side. She hasn't had too many kills tonight, but that was a very important one right there.
The 3 quick points for Baylor out of that timeout. And 3 kills on the evening for Ali Check. She'll go with 3 blocks. So Baylor in its 11th overall NCAA tournament appearance, 7th straight under head coach Ryan McGuire. They swept Stephen F. Austin in the first round of the tournament. Avery Carlson had a huge game, her 7th double-double, and Ali Check, who we talked about, broke the BU NCAA tournament record for most blocks in a 3-set match with 7, and we saw she has 3 so far tonight.
That was 7 blocks in a match is pretty solid right there. That's as we used to call it old Laguna Beach High School. That would be the roofing company right there.
Play will resume as you see the freshman of the year in the Big 12. And it's tough. You know what it's like to be a much ballyhoo prospect. She came in here with a lot of hype, and she delivered this year. Avery Carlson did.
That's you know, when you come in with a lot of hype and you can deliver, that says something about the athlete right there.
22-21 at the Farrell Center. DaCosta's service. As Baylor gets the point, once again up above everyone else and coming down on everyone else. Baylor up 2.
And this is the perfect time to catch a little fire, if you will. Looks like Rice is going to try and slow the game down with a substitution right here.
And is that all strategy more so than personnel? Or?
I think so. You know, you don't want to waste a timeout right now.
4-0 run for Baylor. 5-0 run for Baylor.
And McGee in the middle, finishing that play off with the block right here. Just getting over the net and down. 3 blockers up, actually. You don't see that. It's pretty rare.
I mean, the 5-0 scoring run out of the timeout really could be a season saver if Baylor were to go on to win this.
That you can look back at this, what was it, 19-20, Baylor was down. And turn that around pretty quickly right here. Let's see if they can't finish this second set.
(24-21), Baylor with the advantage. Coach Ryan McGuire and his team talking it over. We are live from the Farrell Center. Pete Souza alongside the Hall of Famer Adam Johnson and our Baylor Vision crew. It's so important for a team to be able to host. In your experience, what is the most beneficial part of that? It's sleeping in your own bed? Is it a routine?
Well, my experience, of course, we were all in California, so you know you were sleeping in your bed no matter what. You weren't going too far. So I can imagine that would be the case for these guys. They get to sleep in their own, you know, they're in their own comfort zone.
Yeah. And you see the good crowd tonight.
Pretty loud, also.
Yes. A ticket to the Sweet 16 on the line. Baylor on the brink of a second set win. Rice answers.
Not yet.
Fresh off the bench, we saw Lola Ford.
And that's kind of a rare situation where you haven't seen someone like Lola Ford, you know, playing, and all of a sudden they're going to her. So they see a lot of good things in her.
Briseño with the dig, Carlson with the set, and Harrison with the finish. Baylor takes the second set, 25-22. And we are locked at 1 apiece.
Harrison on the outside here. She knows she wants to finish this thing and puts it away for Baylor.
All right, we got Coach. Set apiece.
Well, I think we just need to settle in and serve receive a little bit more. I think Baylor picked it up, of course, which we knew they would. So we just got to get more production from the pin position. I think Anita's shown her presence well, so is Satasha. So we just need to get a little bit more production. Yeah.
And what do you tell your team after that first game, dominant game, I would say, win, going into the second game?
We told them 0-0, like we know Baylor's going to come out with a response, and it's our job to have an answer for it, which I think we did. It's just a matter of a couple of points there.
Well, it's been fun to watch. Best of luck for the rest.
Thank you.
Two sets. Here's what it looks like. Rice, 29 kills. Baylor, 27. Adam Johnson, what do you make of the stat line so far?
Well, right now, I mean, they're pretty even, as we can see with their hitting percentage. I think that looking at the games from last night, the hitting percentages were up more in the 250 to 275 range. Could be anything out here. Both teams are playing well. We saw Rice come out strong in the first set, dominating. That was really a dominant first set. Baylor had some courage to come back, take that second set away. Now we got to see who's ready to play.
Huge run at the end of that second set to give Baylor the victory. They finished 6-1 as they were down 20-19 at one point. Called the timeout, got things together, won the set. Rice wins the point.
Yeah, McGee out of the middle right away, just missing that sideline. Linesman right on that call.
Gabby Mansfield will give it a ride. 5'4" sophomore. Carlson sets the table, and slamming the door is McGee, Kara McGee.
And that's a great thing that you see Carlson do right afterwards. You know, McGee having an error on the previous one, she's going right back to her, getting her back in the game.
You mentioned Carlson, another one of those prolific freshmen is DaCosta. Briseño sets for Harrison, and the North Carolina transfer is denied at the net.
Kostalecki again getting her hands over the net. has a great set on the outside by Carlson right here. Harrison coming in, just blistering that ball through the block.
9th kill of the evening. Deckenlay with the pump fake. I mean, so far, every time she's had a kill, it comes with quite the velocity. That time, she kind of had everybody fooled.
And this one is a kind of what we call a cutback towards the side, and Baylor, Carlson right there, almost having that, not quite.
Graham for McCardle. Rice trying to restore order. Senyo with the dig. Alley check. And McCardle to Maruska. Here comes Talbert. No, it's Harrison. Save made by Ford. And the Bears victorious there, 3-3. Harrison leading the charge.
Some good defense from both sides. Harrison coming down here, one-handed stab, but the other Harrison getting up over and putting that ball down.
Stoppage on the floor. Substitution for Baylor.
We have a little something coming. Oh, it's not injury.
Sophia Keene checks into the game. And will serve. There's Allie check.
Great serve.
And maybe that's the reason for that substitution.
Well, and you always love to see your servers. That's their role. That's what they're supposed to do. Come in and do something. And Keene did a great serve right there. Nice ace.
Wow. Maruska.
I don't know about you, but you can just hear this coming off of her hand right here. Baylor had no chance for that one.
22 kills last night, 5 tonight for Maruska. Set to serve. Talbert, the transfer from Texas A&M, standing tall. Baylor up 5-4.
Talbot really loves that slide, as we call it. Hitting that sharp angle across her body down for the point.
Another great serve. And a great finish.
It's so fun to watch middle blockers like that. They can really put this ball down. And Adekunle just getting up nice and quick and just beating it past the Baylor block right there.
Deckenlay, we have seen fireworks from her so far tonight.
As she serves out of bounds.
We see a mistake.
She's human.
And there is Mallory Talbert, led the team with a .402 hit percentage. Rice continues to answer.
Portley on the outside. Off the Baylor block, down for a point.
A missile off the hands of McCardle.
Elise McGee on the outside, and we heard the coach say that McGee was going to step up her game, and she sure did right there.
I thought we were on a boat for a second there with Coach McGuire. Trying to float through the air and make a crafty play was Lola Ford. Baylor now up 2. banking that one to the floor. Impressive work by Kostelecki again.
Yeah, if Kostelecki's not blocking, she's putting these ball down. She's almost putting them to sleep because they don't think that they're going to come to her. And when she does, she puts them down.
8-7 Baylor leads. Too strong for Elise McGee.
Looked like she kind of had that opening on the angle, but just a little bit out of bounds there.
Briseño digs.
Oh, what a dig in the back row.
Smoked that one, and you mentioned it. Great dig. Maruska turning Baylor away and giving her team the 1-point advantage.
A smart play right here by Maruska. Great dig in the back row here. Ball going to be coming over the net pretty soon here. Down for a point. Rice on a little run here.
Courtly set to serve with her team up 10-8. Courtly 5 kills on the night. As we press the pause button here momentarily at the Farrell Center.
Coach McGuire, Coach McGuire, he's asking what happened on that last play, and it looked clean from my angle right here. The ball hit the top of the tape. It was coming over. Point definitely goes to Rice.
No challenge, no chance, I guess. Wow, Ford is turned away at the net. Another sensational play by Kara McGee, the only player returning from last year's tournament run, the only starter returning, I should say.
And watch then Baylor block just getting over, and that looked like that was a check right there. Putting that ball down for a point.
Baylor has improved its net play since the first set. Maruska.
What a great dig, Briseño.
Big time play at the net by McGee.
There's another one of those plays, back to back. Kara McGee right here. High ball, they know where it's going outside. She just reaches right into that angle, stuffs that thing straight down for a point.
The 6'5" senior from San Antonio does not want her career to end tonight. Was that by design?
I was wondering are we on the beach? That was a really nice cut shot right there. It's a smart little play right there. She was, I gotta say, 8 feet off the court. Hitting that cut shot.
Dig by McCardle. Briseño answers with one of her own. Graham sets for Declan. Here's check.
Oh, what a great dig.
Mansfield. Best volley of the night. DaCosta keeps it alive. Carlson sets. Too strong.
Man, what a rally. There's a lot of great defense going on there. Those are the kind of rallies you hate to lose, that's for sure.
You see Graham there, and you see McCardle on your screen, but the smile from Coach Jenny Volpe radiated all the way over here. That's the kind of play you love to see your team come away with a point.
You guys don't know how great that play was right there by Carlson. She was just going up like she was going to set the ball, put her hands down because she's a back row setter. Ball just slips right underneath the block of Rice for a point.
Heady play for a freshman. laid down.
Ford on the left side. It's kind of nice to have a lefty on that right side for sure. Nice one-on-one block right there.
Dig by McCardle. Deckenley gets that one on the way down. And Baylor gets a point. Harrison has come alive, her 10th kill.
Yeah, she's come alive at the right time on this long rally right here. The last oomph, putting that ball just in between the block of Rice for a point.
Too strong from Maruska.
Didn't look like she got a great approach on that one. Could have taken just a little bit more off.
Ooh, Pasinho, too hot to handle. Once again, a Deckenley.
Deckenley now hitting a middle blocker, now hitting on the right side. Nice turn right through the block and down for a point.
Once again, that pinpoint placement. Substitutions for Baylor. And we are tied at 14 once again. Oh, how about that nifty drop by a Deckenley? Well, there's your friend, Mr. Antenna. Or should I say your enemy?
Yeah, exactly on that one.
So we'll go to break. Baylor edging ahead 15-14. Welcome back inside the Farrell Center for some more NCAA volleyball tournament fun. Louisville taking care of business as we look around the country at how the tournament is playing out in other locations. Northern Iowa upsetting Florida State. And Marquette takes care of business against Georgia Tech. But that Florida State score, that's an eye-opener.
That is an eye-opener. You never know what's going to happen in these crazy brackets.
Simpson wishes she could have that one back as she takes a seat on the bench. Izzy Rollins, first time we've heard her name called tonight. Drilling that one down is Talbot.
That really seems to be her bread and butter tonight on the right side. A little slide action I don't think she's gotten blocked yet, and she's been putting everything down. Maybe has missed one.
And she'll put it in play with the team
Up
up
serve.
one.
Nice pass.
Carlson.
He's got a uniform, doesn't he?
To the chagrin of her coach. Gets him involved in the play.
Oh, what a set. Look at that thing.
Harrison. Jet streak. 17-16 Baylor.
Out of the back row. Nice little set play by Harrison right here, just coming in hot. We call this the pipe right down the middle.
12th kill for the senior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Transfer from North Carolina. Graham sets. Briseño for Elise McGee, who was denied at the net. Carlson for McGee, saved by McCardle. And Courtney.
Oh, what a great block save.
Was Graham who just kept it off the wood.
That was some great play right there.
And the crowd here rising, making more noise. Baylor up by 2. And Coach Ryan McGuire likes what he sees, and so does his bench. That last sequence, unbelievable.
Well, those are the types of plays that really energize the crowd and, of course, your team. Rice had an opportunity to cover an unbelievable block, which they did, but Baylor staying with it and putting the point away.
That play was back and forth, and Graham somehow kept it off the floor. Let's run it back here for you.
There's a block by Baylor right here. Boom, boom, and over. Free ball coming over. Baylor's not done yet, but they're going to be done after this hit right here by McGee in the middle. She doesn't want to have to play anymore. Let's put this one down.
8th kill for McGee. The pageantry of college volleyball playing out before us tonight here from the Farrell Center.
I was just about to say, that looks like a new instrument. I haven't seen that one before.
So out of the timeout, Baylor will try to keep it going. Coach McGuire 4 wins away from the all-time winningest coach title in Baylor history, but all he cares about is tonight.
No, he doesn't.
This is no time to think about padding your stats. 31 assists, though. You want to talk about numbers that pop out. Avery Carlson to go with 8 digs. She is the all-everything freshman from Lovejoy High School in Lucas, Texas. Puts it in play.
And that's exactly what Baylor wanted right there after a timeout to get the first point.
Early in the game, you talked about the net play for Baylor being maybe suspect in that first set where they were dominated by Rice. What have you seen them do to turn it around?
Well, they've been starting to block. It seems like they're getting into their hands into better position against the Rice attack. The Rice attack, excuse me. Well, maybe not there. I hate that when that happens.
Yeah, we don't write the scripts, right? Nothing Courtney could do with that one. The heater coming off the hand of Kara McGee, her 8th kill.
Kara McGee talking to her freshman setter, letting her know she wants that.
Carlson digs off Kostelecki. McCardle sets. And Bickelmeyer brings it.
We haven't heard Bickelmeyer in a long time.
10th kill of the night.
Bickelmeyer coming back in, just wants to see, she wants to show coach that she's got the magic still from that first set.
She put a target on Avery Carlson and delivered. Harrison calling for the point. Rice will get it.
Yeah, she's not going to get that one. That went right into the net. Got a little bit early on that approach right there.
Baylor up one, 20-19. We are tied at 1 set apiece. Of course, best of 5 if we've got a timeout. And we have seen Baylor play improved volleyball out of timeouts tonight, saying a lot about the coaching of Ryan McGuire.
And that's something that teams always work on, you know, in drills and practice. You know, this is right after a timeout. If you guys don't get this point, you're running, you know, kind of thing. So that makes you think a lot, and that looks like Baylor's kind of turned that around. Almost looks like McGuire was singing right there, you know?
Lauren Briseño, I don't know, are you a social media guy?
I dabble in it, but not like everybody else.
Well, next time you get a chance to dabble, go to Baylor's Instagram, volleyball Instagram, and you'll see just a wonderful video of Lauren Briseño being awarded a scholarship. They had a party, it seemed like a Christmas party after the selection show. She unwraps this gift, and it is a letter from Coach McGuire and the Baylor administration. You are now on full scholarship.
I heard about that prior to this, and that would be amazing to be in that situation.
Yeah, an emotional night and an emotional career, and that's why these games are just, the energy is palpable. You can feel it in the arena. Win or go home. And McCardle will serve with her team down 1. McCardle with the dig. But out of bounds, and Baylor gets the point again.
Harrison rising to the occasion.
Literally. Deckelay, crafty play around the net, mirroring the Baylor defense. Now Graham sets for a Deckelay with the laser beam, putting her team within 1.
That's a great set for Graham right here. It's kind of an interesting set, just a middle 2 set is what we call it. It's kind of like something you do when you're 12 and 13 years old. Here they're doing it, and they're having success at it.
Here comes Harrison, cranks it.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Exactly.
Harrison didn't like that last one, and she put this one down hard. Baylor up by 2.
Maruska, no nonsense.
That was a great set by Graham right there. Leading the middle blocker like it was going to the middle. Shoot it outside. Mariska put that down for a point.
36 assists for Graham.
I'm very impressed with her setting.
Great hands and vision so far from Graham in this first couple rounds. And Mallory Talbert, the Texas A&M transfer. First team all Big 12.
Once again, Talbert coming on this little slide angle once again. You wonder how many times until she gets that down that, you know, Rice is going to make an adjustment, because she's made so many kills hitting that angle.
Maruska can't handle the blowtorch, and Baylor is up 3, closing in on the third set. And Coach Volpe wants to talk it over. (24-21). Baylor with the lead. Coach Volpe trying to turn the tide. And we have seen the runs by Baylor put the Owls on their heels. And we've seen another one right here. What do you think she's telling her team in the timeout coming out?
She's telling them right now that we got to buckle down. If we're not going to win this set, we need to start playing and staying out on this in this set right now and make it harder for them. Carry that momentum into the next set.
And Graham, who you mentioned, has been so impressive with the 35 assists.
Just a smart setter, you know. I've never seen her play before. I'm very, very impressed.
It's fun to watch.
She knows what's going on. She's not flashy, but boy, she can sure dish that pill.
And Coach Volpe told us she's one of the best setters in the country.
I don't doubt it. Now, between the two, which one would I take? Well, you got the little freshman, so I might have her for a little bit longer time.
Yeah. Harrison trying to help her team put this set away.
Oh.
Rice gets the roll.
Rice gets the roll. Rice and Roni. Rolly.
Anita Adekale. Carlson sets. McGee with the touch. Here comes Courtly. Too much to handle for the Bears. We are nip and tuck, 24-23. Third set on the line from the Farrell Center. Baylor will take the timeout. This is about as good as it'll get.
This is as good as it gets
NCAA
right here.
tournament, we're taking timeouts because there's pressure and there are big decisions to be made.
Well, and you know, right now, Coach McGuire's just telling his team, hey, all we need to do is pass. When we make one pass, we're going to get a side out, and it's very simple. Very simple. Sounds simple.
Well, you mentioned passing and how important that is, and to get players on the inside involved.
Well, you know, of course, I come from a different era. We didn't have the jump serve and whatnot, but a lot of the girls are float serving, and yeah, you know, like when we were on the national team, you know, a 3 is a perfect pass, and to be even on the court as a passer, you had to be a 2.75. So, you know, almost every pass is a perfect pass, and so when you're not seeing that, you're wondering why. And I know that, you know, in the junior level, we just want the big hitter outside. Just pass it to the middle court and shoot it outside. But that's a boring game for me. I like to play the game of volleyball. Let's set the middle. Let's open the game up. Let's have some fun. That's what the game's about. Not just outside. Oh, I got a big hitter outside. There you go.
Yeah, we have been having fun tonight. Adekale will work to put us in a 2-point situation here with her team down 1. Set point for Baylor. The 5th year puts it in play. Briseño sets for McGee, who closes the door. And Baylor takes the third set, 25-23.
Great play by Baylor right there.
Kid, I wouldn't have, I don't know that I would have missed the game. My parents wouldn't have got me out of the house.
Yeah. There's a lot of bullets we dodged.
Yeah, right? And here's Avery Carlson with their team leading 2-1. Pete Souza alongside the Hall of Famer Adam Johnson rolling from the Farrell Center. Carlson. Big play at the net by Kostelecki, her 5th kill.
Yeah, Kostelecki getting up on the block on that one. McGee getting denied.
You won't see McCardle do that too often. Tied at 1.
Bickelmeyer back in for Rice. Like to see that.
9 kills on the night for Bickelmeyer. The freshman DeCosta for Baylor going to put it in play.
That is what we call the coffin corner. Nobody is going to get that one right there.
How much do you practice that?
You practice it a lot. Try and get those corners because nobody's going to get them.
Harrison coming down hard on McCardle and the Owls.
Harrison with their 14th kill of the evening, leading everybody, just reaching away from her body angle down for the point.
If Baylor's going to make a run in this tournament deep, players like Harrison, the transfer from North Carolina, are going to play huge roles, and she's doing it tonight. Wow, speaking of doing it, a deck and lay floats through the air and finds the space.
The Decollet, she's number 2 in the kill category tonight for both teams. She might be number 1 now.
16 on the night.
That's really impressive to have a middle blocker having the kill lead for the match. You don't really see that very often.
Graham sets again, and Courtly with a stick of dynamite into the corner that DeCosta can't handle.
Yeah, Courtly was coming in hard on that one. She was just banging hard off the hands, and she did a good job right there.
So Rice up 5-2 in a set they have to have. Carlson, a pirouette. DeCosta diving for it.
That's a great heads-up play by Carly Graham right there, setting. Didn't have much to do. She's at the net, front row setter attack. You got defense got to watch what that setter's doing. Caught Baylor off guard right there.
40 assists for Carly Graham. There's the setter Baylor's going to need, but Harrison needed a little less on that.
Rice out to a quick start in this third set. Just what they need for sure.
So we'll step aside. Rice 7-2. Plenty of play left. Back at the Farrell Center, both teams on the floor, and around the country on the floor. Texas leading Georgia 1-0. Hawaii trailing LSU. LSU up 2-1. Nebraska up 2-1 on Kansas, and Creighton trailing Auburn. Auburn up 2-1. And back at the Farrell Center, Rice has been steamrolling its way through the fourth set. And it continues. DaCosta couldn't get there.
Kunle just adding to her total, her high total there.
Yeah, Kunle, one more kill. She's adding for sure. Carlson for Harrison. Harrison cranks again, pulls back and lofts it over the net. Dig is made by Rice. Maruska over the net. Carlson sets for Talbert. Heads up play. Rice defends. Talbert, too much.
Talbert in the middle right here, doing a little cutback. Harris right there, almost getting that ball up. Point goes to Baylor. Nice up in the back row there. Great defensive play for Baylor. That's what I like to see in a defensive player right here. She's just watching the setter. That's exactly what she's supposed to do. Gets that ball up. Harrison finishing that point.
We've got a whistle and we've got another Baylor point. The run continues. 4 straight for Baylor.
It's so funny to see these kids on the sideline.
They stay positive.
Oh yeah.
Courtley to the applause of the Rice faithful here at the Farrell Center.
Corley says enough of that run right there. I'm going to stop it right here. Nice high off the block into the deep corner.
Carlson dropped over the net by Harrison. Too long for Courtley.
She got a little touch there on that block though. Point's gonna go to Rice.
10-5 Rice after the point goes to the Owls. Graham sets again. Kostelecki is denied by Harrison. The dig by DaCosta. Harrison with the lightning bolt. Decanlake can't handle it.
Yeah, Harrison hitting this deep in the corner that Decanlake just couldn't get her hands fast enough up. Nice play by Harrison on the outside.
What an amazing game. The reaction time has to just be impeccable. We're seeing the best of the best tonight in college volleyball. Courtley too long. How about the freshman Avery Carlson there with the no look?
No look, but it was up. Rice playing some defense back there. Nice soft block right there.
Carlson sets. McGee tried to finish. Courtley at the net, finds a way to get it over, and here comes McGee.
Nice long rally, and you always want to win those for sure. McGee stretching, getting that hard angle down for the point.
Graham showing those quick feet off. Talbert showing the moxie, drops it over the net, but Rice responds.
What a great play right there by Carly Graham. Throwing that's almost like a slam dunk.
I wish you could see Adam Johnson right
Here
now.
we go. Look at this. She just sees that opening. Boom. She gets all of her wrist over the net.
You are gushing.
Puts that thing down.
You love it.
I do.
Just the fingers there. Graham has been phenomenal. 43 assists.
Ooh. That's too bad right there.
$12 to 8 Rice.
I think that's only Carlson's second error. It's not too shabby.
That was Talbot.
Courtly on the outside, putting that ball down, getting over on Talbot right here. This is their go-to. And Courtly just says, no, thank you. You're not getting by me today.
6-3 on 6-1. 6-1-1 there. Courtly again.
Rice got a little momentum going right now, and it looks like the Bears are going to try and stop that from going any further. Courtly hitting this deep corner. Again, that's the coffin corner. Nobody's going to get it.
Yeah, Briseño basically with her back against the wall in that corner. What are you thinking there as a player when that missile is coming at you? Are you just hoping, hey, if I get out of the way, hopefully it'll hit the line?
Well, I think, you
Or
know,
be out?
for me personally, you know, if you've been in that situation enough and you feel that it's going to be out because of the, you know, what angle it's coming off the hand and where it's going by your body. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but that one was it was close. You know, it was about a foot in, so sometimes you got to play the close ones.
14 to 8. Rice is ahead in this fourth set, best of 5. Coach McGuire giving his team instructions. And on the other side, Coach Volpe deep in the huddle, talking to her Rice Owls. They advanced to the second round for the first time since 2007 last night. And they are trying to punch a ticket to the Sweet 16. Harrison has been a light for Baylor after that first set.
16 kills on the evening. Oh. Almost.
The Rice lead is 7. Kara McGee drops the hammer. Cardle digs.
Yeah, I was going to say, she drops the hammer, but look what came up. Just a hammer time. That's what I mean, the defense, that can take, you know, you go up and you hit your hardest ball, and that thing just pops up like, what else you got? You know, and that can be demoralizing too. You're like, gosh, what do I have to do to put this ball down?
And more often than not, does your team find itself out of position?
Sometimes because they believe that ball is going to go down.
Substitution for Baylor, Alicia Andrew.
see the card come out right here. Here we go.
Close call. Right now, Corley has the point.
The first card is coming out. Let's see what it looks like. That was kind of blocked by the cameraman right here, so I couldn't see.
Here's another look.
Ah, it's so far out, it's crazy. Come on. Maybe this linesman needs to get his eyes fixed. I can see that from here, come on.
So right now, it is 17 serving 8, but that could change. Fourth set from the Farrell Center.
This shouldn't take too long.
It's actually already taken longer than I thought it would.
I know.
Coach McGuire.
He's like going, why are we even doing this? At least he's not going to lose this one. I mean, maybe, I don't know. They're taking a little time, so maybe there's,
Well, you know, and I think the overturning does take a little longer, right? Because it's got to be indisputable.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like from this angle it looks out, but again, you know, how much ball hit the back line or flattened out. If they're using that same spot right there, that's a tough one right there.
As a player, did you find yourself arguing with officials?
Oh, I was a professional arguer. No, seriously, I mean that was part of the game back in the day. You know, whether you're the captain or not, you know, you have respect for the officials and whatnot. It's not like we're yelling and screaming at them every time. Yeah, but you know, there's some, like I remember this one, you know, rest his soul, Marvin Hall. We were playing in Manhattan Beach. This was on the beach. I made a great dig. I got it up and I'm excited about it, and he blows the whistle and I'm like, what? And I go, what are you talking about? I mean, I was like so adamant that it was good, and he looks at me and he goes, I thought it hit the ground. And I look to the crowd and I go, he thought? He thought? He's not sure? He thought? You know, you got to be sure out here. So.
And by the way, we thought that was out, but they're going to say
it was
call
in.
stands.
Wow.
17-8. Rice with the 9-point advantage.
I think we have to upgrade our camera angles.
Might have to. Carlson sets. Baylor gets a point, much needed point, stops the bleeding.
Yeah, I was going to say Baylor not fazed by that, coming right back. McGee on the outside, hitting that ball over the block and down for a point. Baylor's got a little bit of hill to climb right here.
Faith Lynch into the ball game. Sophomore from Magnolia, Texas, puts us in play. Bickelmeyer ends that play.
Okay, we heard her name again. Said it at the beginning of this set. Beginning of the second set. Now she's hitting right out of that middle. It seems a nice cutback shot too.
She's been bookending her production. She has been on a roll, 14th kill.
A little off speed.
And you can hear Carly Graham from here telling her teammate, great block, great block.
Yeah, Baylor just doesn't seem to be real excited right now in this set. They need to kind of regain some momentum. If they're going to lose this game, they got to regain some momentum, carry them into the fifth. Allie checking in.
Carlson is long on that, and McCardle says, let's go. Nia McCardle, 5'7" junior from Missouri City. Dad played football in the NFL for more than a decade, won a title with the Bucks. And Baylor gets their first point in a while.
McGee out of the middle, trying to get her teammates all fired up here.
Well, you said it, Adam. They need to get some kind of momentum, something going so they can feel good about themselves going into this last set. That's going to make it hard.
There's no momentum there.
th kill for Adekunle. And she does not want to go home. Fifth-year senior set to play volleyball for USA in the spring, but
boy, hitting 441.
Whew. She doesn't want to think about that offseason right now, hitting 441 in this game. Carlson slides to the dig. Check. Storms to the point. Sent that one screaming over the net.
Check right here on the right side. Big lefty putting that ball down right on the line for a point. She got a little excited after that, trying to get her teammates up and going.
Carlson. Check with the heavy hand again.
2 for 2. Check, check. Yeah, if you can kind of score 3 points to their 1, you're not doing so bad.
Allie Check breathing life into this Baylor effort in the fourth set.
And rally killer. Yeah, those missed serves can really come at the wrong time.
That one stings for Briseño.
Courtly checking in the front row for Rice on the outside.
Rice gets the point. Check that. Yes, they will give Rice the point. Maruska trying to send this one to a final fifth set. Carlson sets for Harrison.
Coming in a little early on that one.
Woo! Just in time right there. Adekunle again.
This is kind of the fun. Free ball coming over right here for Rice. Adekunle with the really short approach, but boy, able to get up with those hops, put it down for a point.
Harrison trying to fight off that fifth set. Briseño with the dig. Carlson with the set. Harrison. McCardle digs that one out. Baylor stays alive.
This would be a great comeback. The only one that I've ever had was my little 14s team in the open division, and we were down 10-24. And I told them we can come back, and they started laughing at me. We came back and beat them 26-24.
Not going to happen this time.
Not going to happen this time.
Adekunle puts the nail in the fourth set coffin. So here we go. One set for it all for the ticket to the Sweet 16. Rice is dancing into the final set. We'll figure it out when we get back.
Right now, it's 1 point at a time. Also, you know, I think a lot of kids, I say kids, seem to get ahead of themselves sometimes, and really it's just about what you need to do at the time. And right now, you know, for Baylor, they gotta get some energy back in them after that last set loss.
You see Kara McGee, number 17, the only starter returning from last year's tournament run, talking to her sister, Elise. Kara does not want this to be her final game.
This fifth set looks like we've got all the same starters from our first set, so ready to rock and roll.
Or Macarena, you know, whatever you want to say. And we're running from the Farrell Center in the fifth set. Kostelecki meets McGee at the net, and the senior says, I'm not going home.
Not a bad way to start right off the bat, controlling the net. Karen McGee putting that ball down for a point. It's always good to get off to a quick start.
Carlson, pinpoint serve, Mansfield with the dig. And the other McGee, this time it's Elise.
Elise McGee here. High ball outside, she's waiting and just has a nice smooth turn down the line for a point.
Kostelecki and Bickelmeyer there. McGee finds a way. Graham, her coach calls her one of the best setters in the country. Sets it for Maruska, who's denied.
Check right there. What a great block. Perfect angle we have right here. She's turning her hand right in. Look at that. That is textbook right there.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. You just want to keep it going if you're Baylor. If you're Rice, what do you want to do out of this huddle?
Well, you definitely have to slow it down, that's for sure. And you got to say, hey, they got their 3 points. Let's get one and get right back into it. It starts with a pass. That's all you can really say. But they got to keep they've got to keep their momentum from the previous game and get that back. Get that loving, winning feeling back.
They've lost that loving feeling momentarily.
Momentarily, and it can happen real fast.
Coach Volpe in her 19th season. The girls from Rice hit Magnolia on Wednesday afternoon. But the fun is over with, right? Until this game is over, you hope. Then you're having fun.
My wife loves that place.
Really?
Oh yeah. She wanted to move up here as soon as that came out. We're moving to Waco. They're gonna redo our house.
It is quite the experience.
I can only imagine. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Coach Volpe was there, and her team left her because she had to talk to us on the conference call. She said, "It's every woman for himself." Right now, though, her team is certainly together, and they are facing a tough test now, down 3-0 in this final set.
Uh-oh, back row attack.
Graham knew at the moment she rose. And Baylor now up 4-0. And the freshman Carlson has triggered this 4-point flurry to start the set. Quick hands by McGee, not quick enough.
Maruska putting the tourniquet on, stopping the bleeding. Puts a nice shot down for a point.
Carlson sets for the elder statesman McGee. Dig is made. Harrison for Carlson. For McGee. Baylor gets the point. It is 5-1.
Nice little quick set. Karen McGee just getting a little bit of lift on that ball. Looked like
Bickelmeyer
got a hand, but not quite as much as she needed, that's for sure.
Now, when that's not going your way.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing back set, one hand right there from Graham. How that didn't go down, I have no idea, because I, as a blocker, wouldn't think that she could even set that ball, but Baylor right there.
Kara McGee right there. And now it's 6-1 Baylor. All night long we've seen that set and finish from Graham and Adekunle. Not there. Maybe here.
And there's just a basic two-set, what we call in the middle, just straight up and down. It's amazing what some athletes these days can do with that thing.
6-2. Graham giving Adekunle some last-second instructions to 2 fifth-year seniors.
Oh, great dig in the back row.
Cardell is there. Harrison blows away Mansfield, but she sets the dig. And here's Carlson. Alley check, lowers the left hand, and boom! Baylor up 5.
Hey, if you're going to save it for the last game, now's not a bad time. Check here on the right side. Big lefty coming in, full angle detonation. Nice play. Persenia picking that one up.
Harrison, acrobatic.
I got it.
I was ready.
Darn it, I had that.
Point Rice.
Getting slow in my age. Persenia playing some solid defense back there for Baylor right now.
Fifth set, if you're just joining us, Pete Souza alongside the Hall of Famer Adam Johnson from the Farrell Center. Baylor up early in the fifth set, 7-3, make it 8-3.
Say now that's the way you tip a ball right there. You come in, like check on the right side like you're gonna crush this ball, and then you just put a little tip right over the block and down for a point.
Beautiful play by Czech. You just saw her rise and cock the hammer and then just kind of reassess and touch it over the net.
Saw an open space, put it there, point for Baylor.
So Baylor up 5 in the fifth set. Allie Czech talking it over with teammate Sophia Keene. Czech will have a seat on the bench and Keene checks in. That never gets old. Well, maybe it does.
Check, check.
Yeah. We saw Keene come off the bench for an ace earlier tonight. See if she can do it again.
Oh, almost.
Persenia with the dig. Harrison with the no-doubter. Oh, look at that. Joy coming from the senior.
Yeah, the crowd going wild on this too. Great dig in the back row of Rossino. This is what's great about this play is that they finish it with another great play. 2 great plays in one, and Rice is gonna call timeout.
Baylor up 6. Still some work to do in this fifth set.
It's not over until it's over.
And Coach McGuire seems to understand that as well. Baylor looking for an invitation to the regionals. Take a look on your screen. Match summary. Adekunle 20 kills, but Harrison has been on fire, 17 kills herself.
And it's kind of interesting to see the 2 losses by Baylor. They've been dominated in those games, but in the ones that they have won, they've been a little bit closer.
32 ties, 10 lead changes. And there is Lauren Harrison. Missed some time in early September. Came back like she hadn't missed a beat. Service again will come from Keene. That is tough to defend, as we've seen it all night long. 21st kill of the night for Adekunle, off of the assist, 53rd from Graham. Carlson. Wow, that ball just exploded off of the senior's right hand.
Yes, it did right there. Harrison on the outside right here. She's coming in like a locomotive right there. Boom. Right down the line, through the block for a point.
Point Rice as they continue to fight. Pesky crowd getting involved. Graham sets. Picklemeyer finishes.
Got it. I touched it. I touched the Picklemeyer ball. Nice turn down the line by Picklemeyer right there.
I love how you're just dying to get back in on the action.
Yeah.
I guess it's been tough for you to find a pickup game. McGee!
Nice.
The sophomore.
McGee stepping it up here on the outside. Finds a little spot, little daylight right there, just past the block. Kostelecki.
And you saw McCardle there dive for it. She has been effective tonight. 16 digs so far, could not come up with 17. All Big 12 player. Talbert will serve. Graham loads it up for Picklemeyer, who softly finds a space over the net. Off your screen, we're taking care of a wet spot on the floor. Lauren Harrison giving the arena employee some help.
See, we used to be able to do that on our own. It used to take a little more time than, you know, necessary sometimes.
Graham finds a way to get it over the net, and Brasinho digs it out. And the elder McGee, it is Kara, putting Baylor within 3 points of the Sweet 16.
Yeah, Kara McGee right here, reaching high. Trying to reach as high as she can, just tipping this ball over and down in the middle of the Rice defense. Are we gonna have a, looks like we
might get a challenge.
I think we might get a challenge, yeah. We're gonna get to see if this pancake had a little syrup on it or not.
Another look.
No, that's, I'm gonna say that's.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call, but boy. Oh yeah, that's definitely floor. That angle right there. Yeah.
Great job by our Baylor Vision crew.
I think Rice kind of knew it. They've got a
challenge up.
They got a challenge to burn. Might as well use it. I think that second angle, I think, is the one that they're going to be looking at.
And they are looking 12-7. Baylor with the 5-point edge. And we will soon get word. Baylor is awarded the point.
It is confirmed.
Call will stand. And Avery Carlson will serve, and Coach McGee and Coach Volpe know that the time is now. Mansfield, nice dig. Bicklemeyer keeps Rice afloat.
Bicklemeyer down the line. That's where she got a lot of her kills in the first set from, on the right side.
Graham pulls the trigger. Miscommunication for Rice.
That's a big break right there for Baylor. They got out of that one.
Couldn't have come at a worse time for the Owls. Bicklemeyer tries to get order restored and does.
It's a nice smooth swing on the right side. You know, it wasn't a great set. Just has to make sure that she keeps that ball in play, and sometimes you get lucky, hit the block, and it goes down at a weird angle.
Certainly a little bit of wonky, or a little wonky before Bicklemeyer was able to deposit that.
Yeah, big point here for Baylor.
Rice staying alive.
This is when the shirt that has the tie on starts to get a little tighter. They get this one side out though.
Carlson sets, and Kara McGee drops the hammer.
Yeah, great pass here. McGee out of the middle, just beaten over the top of Dec.
54th assist and 28th kill. 54 assists for Carlson, 28 for McGee. Match point.
Oh, you don't want to tip on match point. Or do you?
Check. Turned away at the net. You will not see that every day. But if you do, it's going to be a player like a Deckenlay on the other end.
Well, at least she's going up swinging, that's for sure. And that's a great block by Rice right there. But like to see the enthusiasm on Baylor's side.
Crowd on its feet. Folks at the Farrell Center can taste it. Carlson for Harrison. And Baylor punches its ticket to the Sweet 16. And how fitting that Harrison delivers the knockout blow.
Like she's been doing all night.
And for Rice and the fifth-year senior, Carly Graham, nothing to be ashamed of.
No, nothing at all. It's a hard-fought battle right there. These are the tough ones, though. You go 5 and you lose. Trust me, I know. In the finals, being up, I served match point at 14-11 and never saw the front row again. We lost 16-14.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here's match point right here. You know where the set's going. It's going outside, right in between Harrison, just putting this ball down, putting the exclamation point on this match.